The Girlfriends, it's called. I thought the girl that's playing the girlfriend, I thought she was Rita Ora, because I'm sure, like, she looks like her facially, but her, like, accent is just, her London accent is, like, spot on. Anyway, let's get back to this. So we're on to Capricorn. Okay, spirit guides, universe, and angels. Please stand beside me and guide me for Capricorn's highest good. How is Capricorn feeling in this third week of September 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for Capricorn, please. If my voice is going in and out or I sound weird, it's because I've got COVID, so my throat is just red raw. So you just have to forgive me. Right, we've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the King of Pentacles upright, and the 8 of Cups reversed. That's a very strange combination, Capricorn. I mean, you're showing up, you are the King of Pentacles, you're showing up as yourself. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, your earth energy, solid provider, very, very secure, love security through having good finances, nice income, nice savings, loads of spending going on. You know, abundance mindset doesn't mean you never spend money. It means you love to make and spend money, you love to have material success and like beautiful surroundings, nice things. If it was the 8 of Cups upright, it'd make more sense to me, because I would say that's withdrawal of investment and then leaving a relationship, you know. But it's reversed, so you don't want something to be over. But I don't get why you've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. I mean, it's in combination with the King of Pentacles upright. So someone's leaving you, maybe someone's withdrawing from you. Or you failed to invest in someone financially and now they want out. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can have feelings for someone and love someone and think, I really like you, but then like stay non-committal. So like you refuse to be exclusive, or you refuse to move in, or you say, I never want to get married. You know, like the Pentacles earth side of things is about assets, marriage, stability, security, investment into the future. It's about commitment. Cups, you can love anyone. You can be in love with someone and never tell them. You could be in love with someone and keep them as a go-to person, even though you probably like them more than that. Cups, you could secretly love someone else and be married, you know what I mean? But unless you're going to invest time, money, and energy into them, you're keeping them at arm's length, aren't you? You're keeping them in the dark, you're keeping them a secret. That's the only thing I can get from this, because to be a king, you could be married, but you don't have to be. You could have kids, but you don't have to be. You could be a homeowner, but you don't have to be. You've got some level of success, some level of stability, security. You don't move in a frivolous way. You know, you're sitting in your power, and you're never going to leave yourself in a position where you make a reckless investment financially. Like you're not going to go for a player and be like, okay, let's make a go of it, unless you feel like that player has a good job, unless you feel like that player might actually be prepared to settle down for you and be in an exclusive relationship and introduce you to their family and make it legit. You're not going to commit yourself to them. You sleep with them, but you're not going to commit yourself to them. So there's something about someone like that you've had a relationship with that you failed to commit to them, like maybe you didn't allow them to move in, you didn't allow them to get on the mortgage, you didn't get on their mortgage, like you kept things at arm's length, you've kept things at a certain rate of progression. And it's because you don't want it, you do want them in your life, but you don't want to put a ring on it, or you don't want to live together with them, or it's something, you don't want it to be out in the open. You don't want it to be over, you're trying to save it, but it's like it hasn't got legs for some reason. The King of Swords reversed, so you may feel like you need to lie to this person to keep them on the hook. It's making me think that you've got... It doesn't have to be a third-party situation, but there's some sort of, like, very big obstacle stopping you from committing to this person. So it could be, like, your family wouldn't agree with it. It could be that it's taboo in a work scenario because you're their boss. You're trying to keep them on the hook, right, without committing to them. And it's meaning that you've got to lie to them, you've got to, like, breadcrumb them. You've got to, you know, be off and on with them, to treat them mean, to keep them keen and all this crap. Because the King of Swords upright is someone who's sitting in their power and their truth and their honesty and justice. And, you know, they communicate effectively and strategically. When it's reversed, it's lying, manipulating things, manipulating the truth, using persuasion. You know, by love bombing or inflating the truth, inflating, like, sugarcoating things, like blowing a load of hot air up their arse, you know, about how wonderful they are and how you never met anyone like this person, or, you know, they're the most beautiful person you've ever seen. It's like, I need to say all of this stuff and I need to operate in a kind of way to keep this person interested whilst I'm not able to commit to them. That's what I'm getting so far. I may change my mind, but... Oop! I just dropped half the deck on the floor. Oh my god, all the blood's just rushed to my head. And I feel really poorly. That was not ideal. Never mind. I've just got to turn them back the right way now. Some of them are... Okay, I think we're okay. Nope. Let's get one more for how you're feeling. Breadcrumbing is like, you know, when you tell someone, like, I can, like, see you this weekend, and knowing full well you can't see them this weekend. Knowing full well you've already got priorities and, like, prior commitments, with your family, you know, that everyone knows about, and this is like a secret relationship. And then at the last minute, you make up an excuse and be like, oh my God, this thing's come up and now I can't see you and I'm so sorry. So all week that person is like, you've had the credit for like them feeling like you were going to see each other, and it really disappoints them and it really lets them down. But it keeps them like in it. Do you know what I mean? And then you like do that several times because really you can't like keep them interested any other way. If you're just like, I know I can't be able to meet up with you for the next like few months, more than X amount of time in the next few months, like they're just gonna walk, aren't they? And then if you really like them, but you can't practically, like, you're not actually physically available to be with them, you've got to bullshit them. And it looks like that's what you've been doing. It does look like that. I could have it wrong, but I've not been a person that breadcrumbs people, but I have been the victim of breadcrumbing by a twin flame, because obviously, like, how are they going to keep me interested otherwise? Like, they're not actually physically able to meet up with me. the amount that you need to meet up with someone in the early days of romancing them, you can't. So what, you're gonna have to let them walk away, but you feel like they're your person? Like, this is what people resort to, right? Page of Pentacles reversed. This is what I mean, is like, you're not looking to commit to anyone. If that was upright, you'd be like, I want to offer someone a pentacle because I'm like ready for a relationship. And if we date, like, I would like it to go somewhere. I would like us to be, you know, exclusive. I'm going to introduce them to the family. Like, I want this to like work out. I'm not, you know, if it was Knight of Wands, it's like you just want to sleep with someone, you know what I mean? If it's Page of Wands, then you're just naively excited because you feel passionate and you feel like excited. It's just excitement. It's not like this is like someone that wants to, they've got their purse or like whatever it is, pouch, and they've taken out a pentacle because they're like, I am ready to put my eggs in someone's basket and I would like it to go somewhere. They want to invest time, money and energy into a person. You don't want to. You don't want to do that, Capricorn, or you can't do that. You can't offer someone that. So you must already be taken, or it would be taboo, or it wouldn't be accepted somehow. You're not available. You're not free to do this. You're not free to do it properly with someone. Let's see who shows up in your reading, who you're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in. It's a very pretty blue sky day today. I had to go down to the beach because my pharmacy is by the beach, and it was just stunning. Like, it's warm enough to be walking around without a coat. It's a little bit brisk, but it's just kind of fresh. You can see over to Wales, Anglesey, Snowdonia. Love the beach. That's my place where I feel like I'm at home. Why are these not coming out? Come on. Okay. Told spirit off. Someone wants reciprocity. Okay, so you're not giving them your pentacle. They want a pentacle from you. Okay, that's their pentacle, and they want a pentacle from you as well. It's one each. 2 is a number of duality. It's an even number. It's a number of reciprocity, balance, fairness. You know, they're like, come on, meet me halfway. I'm putting my, you know, token on the table, I want you to put yours down. Like, are you in this with me? Like, the Hanged Man reversed is like a very stubborn energy. So this person may be like, if you don't do this the right way, I'm out. I am gone. Like, and that's why you're having to breadcrumb and bullshit and love bomb and keep them on the hook, bait them to stay, you know, knowing that you're kind of setting them up to be hopeful of being able to see you this weekend or tonight or whenever, and you know that it's going to upset them, it's going to let them down, but you get to keep them. If that was the Hanged Man upright, it would be someone that's willing to suspend themselves, turn themselves upside down, and look at things from another perspective other than their own. It's like an open-mindedness, a patience. This is like, fuck that. Like, why should I be bullshitted around? Why should I be lonely and crying into my, like, you know, glass of wine because you're like with your family, you're with your wife and kids, you're with your husband and kids, you're like happy where you are, surrounded by people that want your time. And you might feel a little bit guilty, but basically I'm the one that's alone because I made myself available to you, fully believing that we were going to spend time together, and you've let me down again. Don't do that. You've got to meet me halfway, and you've got to be serious about this the way that I am, and we've got to be exclusive, and you've got to make yourself available to me, or I'm gone. And they could be making an ultimatum. This could have already happened because we're a bit behind, but it should be fresh energy anyway. So it could be something that's going to happen this week. With it being further up the reading, it's like a time scale, and then we've got the outcome for the week. So this could already be the situation where they're like, you're getting pissed off, like falling out with you, not speaking to you, not answering your messages, not answering your calls, or answering it and then being in a foul mood because they're not happy. Why would anyone be happy with that? Why would anyone be satisfied with that? Because they're just feeling like they don't matter, they're last on your list of priorities, that everyone else comes before them, according to you. You know, like they're getting reflected to them that they're not worth anything. So it's doing a lot more damage than probably what you realise. And you do care about this person, like you probably feel like you could fall in love with them if you're a Knight of Cups for them. I know you're a Knight of Cups for them because although we didn't get that card, you've got like a relationship that you don't want to leave card. Do you know what I mean? And if it was just like the marriage that you want to walk away from, it would be the King of Pentacles upright with the Eight of Cups reversed, and we wouldn't have that Page of Pentacles reversed. Do you know what I mean? It's like certain combinations and spreads take it in a different direction. Every card counts. Look. It's really fucking sad, guys. Like, look, we've got the Three of Cups, which is a third-party situationship. We've got a King of Cups, who's someone who's absolutely in love. They're not going anywhere, and they're offering you an Ace of Pentacles. They want you to move in with them. They want you to be exclusive with them. They would like to be married. They think that you would be, like, a great couple. That Three of Cups reversed is like, I want to be the main character. I don't want to be your dirty secret in the dark. I think they're gonna threaten to end this, you know? I think they're gonna walk away from you, because if that was upright, that'd be them offering you all these things whilst all this is going on, this third party, but They're going to finish it and they're going to say, you're with me or you're not. Which is what happens, because people aren't going to do that forever. It makes them feel like shit. And it's less than a year before they have to protect themselves, because it makes them feel so bad and so low down. And they feel like foolish and stupid. Like anyone they confide in about it is just like, you're doing what? They didn't get respect from anyone for doing that. They don't get support from anyone for doing that. They get pity, and they get looked down upon by people that love them and care about them, and they get, you know, people that aren't in support of it. So it's not a sustainable situation. You know, they'll see the pattern of you letting them down over and over. Let's get 3 for the outcome. The Ace of Wands reversed, so they're gonna the sparks that started this up, you know, the fire's gonna be put out. The fire's gonna be put out on this. Like, there's gonna be such a lack of enthusiasm, lack of passion. They're gonna say, I don't want this, like, not like this. The star is the major arcana for Aquarius. It's healing and wish fulfillment. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, you could have that in your chart, they could have it in their chart. Or it could just be that there's a period of healing, okay, after this kind of gets parked and you go your separate ways, feeling like it can't go anywhere, you know, like it's a false start, because you've not been able to bring it to relationship. It never made it to relationship, so it's not like you've had a relationship, the relationship doesn't work and you've ended it. It's not being allowed to get to that stage. So in the future, if you were ever to come back together, you still get to have a relationship if you're free and they're free, and feelings aren't hurt, and it's a false start. It hasn't got to a place where it's had a chance to be a relationship yet. You know, meaning like it's hookups in secret, that kind of shit. Sneaky links. 9 of Wands reversed is dropping the burdens. Knight of Cups is an expression of love, being in love. It's Romeo and Juliet being in love with someone and saying, I'm in love with you. Okay, and there's a major clarity, major truth, major confession, major revelation. So I think this is going to force the truth to come out about how you feel about this person, that you actually love them and you don't like to think about them being out of your life. You don't want to lose them from your life, and if it needs to be legit, you're going to go legit. Let's get a no contact message from them, because it could be that you're currently in no contact, or you have very minimal contact. Oh, no one compares. No matter how many people I've met and experiences I have, there's no one who compares to you. This feels very twin flamesy, you know. It feels very twin flamesy, like, you're gonna trigger, like, major change in each other's lives. And it's gonna be chaotic and difficult, and you're gonna have, like, a significant period of time apart, like a year or two, and then you'll come back together. What's the nature of this connection, please? Be optimistic. Keep in mind that you create your reality. You can't attract love with a negative mindset. If you know that you're in love with this person, if you know that you love them, then you must say it. You must tell them. And you must make yourself available to them. Nothing can thrive in the dark. It can't thrive in the dark. You put a plant in a cupboard, it's going to die. It's like inevitable, you know what I mean? But you might be able to save this if you get it out the cupboard, you feed it, you water it, you know, nurture it, and you give it the right conditions to thrive. It could be everything you want it to be. It's limitless. Why have they got the Three of Cups reversed? Why have they got the Two of Pentacles? Oops. I told you. I told you. It can't last. You can have an affair, but unless... If you fall in love with someone, whilst you're in a marriage or a family situation, it can't last. They're not going to be your secret forever. Whether it's a man or a woman, all you're telling that person is that they're not good enough to be like the main character in your life. There's something about them that's like pathetic or weak or low down, or they don't look good enough, they don't earn enough, they're not wife material, they're not husband material. The other people in your life are more important to you. That's what you're telling them. So why would anyone stay kept in those conditions? You know, if a plant could grow roots and walk out of a cupboard, it would. You can't keep them in those like shit conditions. And they love you, okay? All they want is reciprocity. They want each of you to like be a team and like meet them halfway, like to be equally invested into it and give it the right conditions. Like they're very stubborn about it. They're not going to change their mind. They're definitely in love, and they definitely want to offer you something big. They want to offer you like commitment, exclusivity, loyalty. They're not gonna keep doing this. If you keep things how they are, Capricorn, that's the result, okay? Avoid burnout. Fiery passion is consuming, sustain a lasting balance. So the arguments, and then forgiveness, and then sex, and then arguments, and then forgiveness, and then sex. It's draining and it's unstable, and it's a pattern that people recognize really quickly. They grow less and less tolerant because it's making their heart shrivel up and turn black whilst you're letting them down over and over and projecting onto them, reflecting onto them that they're no good, that they're not wifey or hubby material. They're not going to keep being your secret. They're not going to do that. No matter how good the sex is, no matter how wild you are together, there's love there, it's emotionally loaded, and the emotions are getting killed down. In a fog, fear, obligation, or guilt makes you stay, get clarity. Shadowed waters, beware illusions that skim the surface, for true understanding lies in the deep. It's very difficult because you doubt yourself and you think that you know what's going on until you get let down again and you feel like you're looking at mirrored glass and you feel like you can't see inside to this person's world. Maybe the photos on Facebook portray a picture perfect family, portray a perfect couple, a perfect marriage, perfect whatever, partnership. But behind that mirrored glass, there could be murder going on. Do you know what I mean? There could be hostile territory, there could be like arguments, there could be passive aggressiveness, there could be two ships that just pass in the night. Everyone posts pictures on Facebook saying, oh, like, you know, great day out, another fantastic holiday, you know, perfect life at home, all this shite. And you can't see anything as a third person. You can't see behind that mirrored glass. Those two people can. But you look at that mirrored glass and you see yourself just being this secret, being in the dark, being not given what you deserve, and feeling like the biggest fucking idiot. So you walk away, you know? You walk away because there's no other way to walk. You're being stonewalled. Like, love's disguise, go beyond superficial looks and see who they truly are. So I don't know if this is relevant, but sometimes, you know, I don't even think it's about like someone being handsome or pretty. I think what it's about is to everyone else, like they are just a family man or a family woman and committed and happy and fulfilled, and you know what I mean? And that's like what they portray to everyone. You know, that's the superficiality. That's the mirrored glass, isn't it? The other aspect is completely about what they look like, and you need to know if you're being breadcrumbs, you need to know if they think they're something, you know, amazing and they can have your cake. Sorry, have you as cake, you know, and like play the family man or the family woman, and they've got you as well as a mistress or a toy boy or whatever. A long-term girlfriend or a long-term boyfriend, you know, as well as being in a family. Are you getting played? Because that's when you're looking at the mirrored glass, that's what you're just standing there thinking, like, I'm getting played here. I'm getting mugged right off. And none of it seems to make any sense, because when you're with that person, the way they look at you, the way they touch you, you can tell that they're in love with you. The way they keep, you know, risking everything to see you, you can tell that they love you. But then you're looking at the mirrored glass, like, looking at your own reflection, like, I'm a fucking loser, I'm a mug, I'm this, I'm that, I'm everything. Everyone's telling me, you know, like, he's never gonna leave, she's never gonna leave. So you walk away. And if you don't do anything, Capricorn, you know, this is what the result's going to be. If you have a really good think about what it is that you want and you heal when this person walks, and then you think, do you know what, I've got to drop the burdens and I've got to be honest with them, I'm going to have to open up my heart to them, I'm going to have to be honest that I love them, and I'm going to have to tell, you know, I'm going to have to start off a catalyst of like drama in this picture perfect life for all the people in it, and like seek out my truth. my true path, my true destiny, because you're gonna lose them if you don't. And if you're really in love with them, that's awful. That is really awful. Sex shop, recording, announcing, expressing, revealing truth. There's a lot of passion, a lot of sex, you know, a lot of fire, like magnetic. You're naturally attracted to each other. It's, you know, it's all consuming, it's racy, it's exciting, it's like creative. It's an affair, you know. That's in this series that I'm watching called The Girlfriend. Oh my god, watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. It's just deliciously complicated. It's a psychological thriller. But it's just so fucking cool. If you're like over 40, like you're like, yes, I need something that's messy. Another really good one is My Friends and Neighbours, or Your Friends and Neighbours. That's another one that you just like. It's for over 40s where you're like jaded and you're like, nothing's black and white. Give me that grey area, like. Forget your rom-coms with the meet cutes and like you've only got one soulmate and there's only one person that you're gonna be with and marriage solves everything. You know, though it doesn't, you're gonna get hit with problems all the way. Free marriage and like everything else. Life is a series of ups and downs. It does not like become that you enter nirvana because you got married and had a wedding day or had children. You don't enter nirvana. Like, you're still gonna have serious challenges in your life. Trust your gut, it's rarely wrong. Follow your heart, follow your intuition. If you want inspiration, what's your tummy telling you to do? If you feel exhilarated when you're about to see this person, if you feel exhilarated when you hear their voice, if you get rush every time you're around them, if you feel devastated and brokenhearted and brought to tears when you know you've upset them and you worry that you're going to lose this person forever, you're in love with them. You're in love with them. And your mind will tell you to stay where you are because it's the right thing to do. Your mind will tell you to think about everyone else's feelings. But if you put yourself in a mausoleum and you're a ghost in your own like marriage, or you're a ghost in your own home, what is that? What kind of life is that where you're living to keep everyone else happy? You're gonna get resentful. You're gonna be brokenhearted. You're not gonna be able to discuss that broken heart with anyone because no one can know. And then you're just gonna, you know, it's gonna really grate on you. It's much better to live authentically. It doesn't undo everything you've put into a marriage or a home or children or pets. Like, you got up, went to work every day. You fucking grafted, you gave birth, you like bottle fed, you like changed nappies, you did all that shit. So you're not a bad person. But if you're lonely from within inside a relationship or a marriage, no one should be telling you to stay. No one should be telling you to do that. Life's way too short for that. You can co-parent from different abodes. You can love your children, whether you are now with your spouse or not. No one gets to like tell you how to live your life because it makes them feel a bit more comfortable with it. Bollocks to that. I need to go soon. Shit, I need to go. Right, let's finish this. I've got pottery and I should have left like 10 minutes ago. A powerful spell will bring you what you desire. A mystical encounter will change your path. Be prepared. I think the divine's going to step in, you know, and like cause you to reunite. Focus. Focus your energy, your intentions hold great power. Enlighten. Illumination is near. A period of enlightenment and clarity awaits. That's what it is. That's what clarity is. That's what enlightenment is. The Ace of Swords, expression of love, confession, sudden truth, revelation, confession. Seven, 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 seven. Perseverance. Change of perspective. Revelation. There's a need for change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep on going down the road that you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the right next step is. Be optimistic, no one compares. Trust your gut, enlighten, focus. A mystical encounter will change your path, be prepared. Things are going to go like this. You're going to have a rebirth and you're going to actually get to have, you know, a proper relationship. This plant is going to thrive in the right conditions. New adventures. Today I open myself up to new adventures. I go out and do something I've been holding back from. I move through the fear rather than letting it control me. I trust my intuition and I follow my desires. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my God. Subconscious mind. I realise that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told things growing up that I'm subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with ones that do. I'm sorry, but that is like, that is it, isn't it? That is it. All right. When are they going to reunite? In winter time. This winter. Okay, sorry, it's not more specific than that, but you're all on slightly different time frames. It requires your personal development, your willingness to step out your comfort zone and, you know, ignite the flame, press the detonator, you know, Make the changes, get the plant out of the cupboard. Do what you need to do to be with the one that you love, okay? Live your life for yourself, not for other people. I am so late. I'm gonna go. If you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.